Today, I've made it just past Grand Prairie. I am very close to a little town called Dawson's Creek. If any of you grew up in the mid 2000s, you probably heard of the show called Dawson's Creek. That's the town that is just 10 minutes away from where I'm at. I'm here at a little provincial park out here. I'm crossed over into BC already from Alberta, so um, just gonna take it easy here a little bit and do a little bit of a picnic. Here I got, you can see I got the salmon here from yesterday's bag that I'd stored it in. I've smelled it and it looks like it's still good to eat. So I'm not gonna waste it because it still looks like it's actually pretty fresh. I had kept it in a cool, dry spot, and I'd sucked out all of the air out of the Ziploc bag there, and that seems to have done the trick to keep that salmon fresh. Ideally, I probably want to get a cooler for the future, or just buy less stuff if I need to. But the reason why I'm keeping that closed is because these flies over here, the second they get a whiff of that salmon, they all just kind of start to gather around. So when I keep it closed for a little bit, they start to disappear. At the bottom here, you can see I took one of the cans of lentil soup that I picked up from Costco the other day. And again, let's take a look at the ingredients here. What do we got? We got organic water. Okay, organic water. There's lentils, there's onions, there's carrots, celery, potatoes, tomatoes, spinach, green beans, olive oil, sea salt, balsamic vinegar, spices, dehydrated onion, dehydrated garlic, and concentrated lemon juice. All natural ingredients that, some of the stuff is dehydrated and preserved a little bit, but there are no actual preservatives in here, which is part of the reason why I bought this from Costco. And again, Costco, it's hard to find like a good soup that doesn't have any preservatives and stuff like that in it. So I put that in the bottom in the hopes that it would heat up the soup. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the salmon, chop it up into fine bits, and put it into the soup. And the salmon that I don't need, I'm going to end up storing in here for later on until I get hungry again. Because again, that's two people. That's a meal for two basically that you're looking at in there, and I'm not going to be able to eat it all at the same time. So on this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit let's hit the start button here. I think it is on. Do we have the mode? No, let me figure that out. Okay, so I figured that it was this little switch was not on properly here, but let's see if I can hit this and put this back into air fry mode. Maybe I should put it into bake. I don't know. Whatever. Let's just leave it in air fry mode and see. But you can see that I basically have that coming out of the van. There's a plug that comes out of the van, and the battery basically just gives me enough power that I need to be able to run that thing from the back here. So that's what's happening for lunch and dinner today. Where I'm at right now here is all right. So I've passed Grand Prairie. I left Grand Prairie early this morning, and I've probably about an hour and a half into my 7 hour trek, but I'm not in a huge rush here to make it up to Fort Nelson because I've decided I'm just going to take it easy and I'm going to enjoy the scenery and I'm going to make lots of stops like this along the way instead of just being in a rush to get to a destination. I am simply just going to take it easy and I am gonna enjoy the ride, gonna enjoy the scenery, and I'm gonna stop wherever I feel like stopping instead of just trying to rush through. So it says 7 hours to get to Fort Nelson. It might take me the rest of the night to get up there. I'll probably get there late at night because I'll probably make a lot more stops as I go through. Oh no, I got a bunch of flies that have gotten into my soup. Oh God, that's not good. Okay, so this is turning out not to be a good idea here, but I'm gonna have to get those flies out because that those flies are filthy. But anyways, all that aside, am I even gonna eat that now? I don't know. Let me decide and figure it out. Because that's kind of grossed me out just seeing a couple of flies fly in there. They've somehow made it in. Totally ruined my lunch. What are we gonna do? I might just open up another can of lentil soup here. Luckily here, I got these other soups too. So if I end up being too grossed out by what's happening in there right now, um, You can see there's two flies in there, and oh, okay, they're struggling in there. Well, you got yourself into that situation, my friend. Uh, so these chicken noodle soups, I'm probably gonna eat. I don't know, and maybe just have a lentil soup. And for protein, I got a bunch of these. Luckily, what I did was I picked up a whole bunch of provisions here that are gonna back me up here. I got some corned beef. I'm probably not going to eat this because if you look at the ingredients, you'll see that they have some preservatives in here. So I bought this just like as an emergency food. If I really get desperate and I'm stuck somewhere and I need to eat something, then that's when I'm going to break this out. But there are a bunch of other things in here that I have. Let's take a look up here. Salmon. Where did I keep those cans of delicious salmon that I bought? And there's a couple of different versions that I had here. Where are they? Oh yeah, right at the bottom here. So these cans of salmon I didn't buy these from Costco. I bought these ones from Safeway. And this again, look at the ingredients. Look how simple the ingredients are on here. What does it say? Atlantic salmon, and that's it. That is the only ingredient that is in here. No salt, no preservatives, no nothing else. And these are probably not, they're not the cheapest to buy, but they are probably the closest you're going to get to something that looks like that. But in a preserved form. I don't know how long these things are good for. I don't know how long this is going to last me here. Let's take a look. Let's look till 2030. Wow. Okay, so this is gonna stay good until 2030. Again, no preservatives. It's just canned, and so hopefully the inner lining of the can is not like it doesn't have any BPA or anything like that. I don't think it does because I'm pretty sure I checked it before I bought it. But I bought a whole bunch of these. They were I think like $6 or $7 each. But I bought them as a kind of a backup to situations like this. So probably gonna throw some of that into one of these lentil soups and put that back in my car and cook it because I don't want a bunch of flies getting into my food. Too bad that that's happened. So that's what's happening today. I'll see if I can make another video if I do get into my destination by the time I'm not too tired. I might make another video, but for now, that's where we're at.